Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to 726 right here in Mountain Home, Arkansas.
And you know the just goes on
it just
forever.
keeps going on and on. I feel
I think they were standing up and giving us a standing ovation.
Well,
I think.
look,
I know.
look at them all. If people only knew, if they only knew. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to give you a nice hour's worth of entertainment from on a local level. You kind of, it's not like Hollywood. You kind of have to tone it down.
Yeah.
A little bit. This is local.
Local. Bring it down a notch.
So we won't have like Brad Pitt or some of the big names that you're so familiar with. You're going to have names like John Smith and Fred Wilson
Dan Reynolds.
And Dan Reynolds. Those kind of people. But they're important people, right?
Important people, yes.
Well, and you're an important person.
Well, thank you, Dan. I appreciate that.
You kind of balance me out here. You keep me grounded.
Oh, do I?
Well, it's a good thing to say. You got your bangs cut.
I did.
I noticed that.
Well, I got the spring. This is the spring color, spring and summer color. I got highlights in my hair.
Oh,
it's blonder too.
Okay, so that you give the impression that you're kind of like out in the sun and doing sun things.
Yeah, before the sun actually comes out a lot.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So what do you do during the fall? Do you just kind of let it go dark?
Sometimes I do dark highlights, or I don't know if they're called highlights, but darker color or darker, highlights.
Yes.
Yes. But sometimes I just do this. It just depends. But
well, when I had hair, I thought about doing things to it. I probably should have, or I would have had a little more to play with.
I'm not even taking that bait.
When I was a teenager, I had hair, and if I wanted it straight, I would blow dry it because I had hair about like yours back in the day. I had longer hair, and I could do things with it.
Was it curly when it was long?
If I didn't do anything, it was wavy. Not horribly bad, but probably about like yours, I guess.
Well, this is straightened.
Yeah.
If I was to wash it and just let it go wild, it would be like, is it, I always get it mixed up, is it Methuselah or Medusa? Medusa, right?
Like the snake?
Yes.
The Medusa.
Yeah, curls everywhere.
Now, Kelly, my wife, she can do anything with her hair, and it all looks good to me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, she can straighten it, or she can, but my favorite is just for her to wash it and let it go.
Let it go?
Yeah, it's
that's the easiest.
Good. Yeah.
That's the easiest.
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful day this afternoon.
It is a beautiful day, and I've noticed that
morning.
there's a lot of things blooming. A lot of trees. I don't know what kind of trees those are. Apple blossom trees, or
I don't know.
The white
ones.
Yeah.
And there's a few. I saw something with a pink, like maybe a crab. I don't know if it's crab apple. It's what I always think of, but not dogwood quite yet. But and the jonquils coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all blooming.
It's all blooming.
Spring is here.
Spring has.
And it kind of happened overnight, which I'm happy for
because
it kind of puts the winter behind us, which I'm not too fond of winter anymore.
No.
I used to be okay with it, but if it's not going to snow 3 or 4 feet, I don't want to have anything to do with the horrible weather.
Bring it on. But yeah, spring will be here, I think, on like the 20th or 21st. I'm not sure exactly the day.
And we turned our clocks forward already.
Yeah, we sprung forward.
Well, my phone did it all on its own. I forgot for a few days and tried to turn it forward. It took me an hour to figure out how to do that, and then by that time I'd already done it automatically.
I'd already done it.
Sure. So,
okay.
Let's see. I was going to talk about something. Well, I forgot.
Okay.
Now, you don't grow a garden, do you?
No.
Yeah.
No, just weeds in my garden.
Well,
I can't even say flowers anymore.
Yeah, well, I say we. Kelly is the planter.
Oh.
She'll be out planting, whatever. I think we did onions and potatoes and different things. And
nice.
That'll be her category. Let her. I'll root her on. I'll root her on.
Well, my dad always used to have a huge garden. I mean, he would grow just lots of different things. And my part of that would be to help pick, or to sometimes I'd have to go weed it. I'm not a huge fan of
Not a weeder?
weeding. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, no.
Yeah.
But
I like it automatic. You know, you put down the black bisqueen and you never have to do anything again.
never
You
have
just
to do it.
put a seed in and, well, you know, Bloomberg, when he was running, he said,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
nothing to being a farmer. You just punch a hole in the ground, put a seed in and walk away from it.
Yeah, and we saw where that comment got him, right?
Oh, I was going to talk about the coronavirus. Are you,
Oh,
you're in the
yes.
nursing field. Are you
Yes.
having any warnings or recommendations? You know,
Yes.
they're asking, I think it's Arkansas State University is asking people that are involved in the industry not to leave the state. They
Oh,
released
really?
that today, yeah.
We have been put on a travel restriction, working from home when we can, which I'm based out of my home anyway. But yes, it's quite a big deal. I mean, you know,
Have you done any research on the coronavirus versus a flu virus? Is it more severe or?
no, I think my understanding, and don't quote me
Yeah,
on
right.
this because
You're not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor, and I've not really read just a ton about it. But my understanding is that it's, you know, a virus like a flu, influenza, or something like that. But if you have any kind of chronic health condition that would weaken your immune system, then you're going to be more susceptible. What I heard today, and this was not through any kind of special source, but what I heard is that, you know, a lot of us might have been exposed to it, or we might have symptoms, but they're mild symptoms because we're otherwise healthy, and it just
Yeah.
kind of comes and goes. And
And I think, and it will be interesting to look at this in hindsight to see if it is a severe strain of flu or whatever. But I think that my personal opinion, that the flu is probably doing the same thing, and it's attacking the weak, the older
Right.
and the weak. And anyway, it'll be interesting to find out, you know, in weeks to come,
It will be.
how severe this is. If it's a knee-jerk reaction, overly
Right.
so, or is it something that I'm not saying that we should be concerned about it. We should all be proponents of washing hands and staying
not
away and
panic.
Yeah, and not to panic over it.
And from a nursing standpoint, I'll just say, the most important thing you can do to prevent transmission of anything, whether it's cold or whether it's flu or the coronavirus or anything, is to wash your hands regularly and frequently,
Right.
and at least 20 seconds, and scrub and make sure you get
Yeah,
in between all the creases. And if you don't have access to water, but use hand sanitizer frequently.
Yeah.
But that sanitizer does not take the place of hand washing.
Right. I saw a side-by-side demonstration under like ultraviolet lighting where you could see the germs, and a hand washing eliminated a lot of it,
Yes.
like 80-90%. But the hand sanitizer, there were still germs there. So there's
Yes.
nothing like a good hand washing.
That's
And
true.
what I've been, it's kind of conscious in my mind that if I ever touch somebody, or if I'm in an area like, you go to Walmart, you get a cart, I'm wiping that thing down, and then when I leave, I go wash my hands.
Yes.
And everything you touch, you go wash your hands. Touch, wash your hands.
Yes.
So that's a
And
good thing to get into.
You know, it seems so basic, but I will say this. It's not just kids who do not wash their hands. Going into public restrooms, that you would be, well, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure you've seen it too, but I am astonished at the number of people who come in and out and do not wash their
Oh, yeah,
hands.
yeah.
I mean, that's the best thing you can do is, you know, don't go around sick people. If you're sick, don't go out into the community, but wash your hands, please.
Yeah, and for someone that does wash their hands, and they see somebody go out and they grab the door, what are you going to grab?
I'm going to get me a hand, you know, a paper towel and I'm going to use it to open the door, or I'm going to take my sleeve or something.
Yeah.
Ew.
Or wait till somebody comes in
Yeah.
and scoot out.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully, we shouldn't panic, but we should just be aware
But
of
we
it.
should be aware, and we should be talking about how to combat the problem with without being nervous and
Yes.
flipped out and panicked over the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Take care of
Stay
yourself.
calm and
Yeah.
wash those hands.
All right. Well, we've got a good show for you. I think
We do.
you want to go through the lineup
I would love
and see
to.
who's here.
Well, look who's sitting over there. It's our friend Enoch Pepin from the LC Salmons Youth Center. I could barely see him, but yeah, and Jennifer Baker and David Benedict are here to talk about a history promenade event coming up.
And our last guest just called in, and she's not able to make it because she's Carolyn Carter at the Humane Society. She's unable to leave.
Oh,
So
well, maybe she'll make it another time.
we'll be
I'm
scheduling
she's
her to
got
come
some
back, yeah.
things going on over there.
all right. Well, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, Enoch Pepin is here, and he'll be talking about things going on at the LC Salmons Youth Center. Stay with us. You're watching 726.